Hey, what's up, people? I was watching Tariq Nasheed on my phone, and I'm a fan. I listened to him talk about Black history. I don't really care for him arguing with people like trolls. Sometimes, maybe back in the day it was funny, but I'm a grown ass man. I don't want to hear another man talk about bussy and gay shit on on a live stream. Because it's like when he talks about that kind of shit it's like you don't really think the conversation is very genuine. It's not serious. Like I think he's capable of having a serious conversation, but when he always throws in like the gay attacks, it makes people think he's a troll. Like I was listening to this. I thought the debate was serious. This guy was asking a white guy. He sounded like he was from Wisconsin. He was like, "What have white people done for this country?" Because they were debating if black people built this country. And I like to say, based off everything I've read, black people have made contributions. I think that's pretty fair to say, contributions. I don't like to say built because everybody has contributed to this country. Asians, Hispanics, blacks, whites, everybody has contributed. Built is that's sort of like stretching it, man. You know, call me a coon all you want, but the Industrial Revolution did not rely on slave labor. But they were debating about what have whites done, and he was just naming. He was naming like Tariq was naming blacks that have done things, and the white guy was naming like whites that have done things. He was like, okay, Steve Jobs. I don't think Steve Jobs is like 100% white, but he was like Steve Jobs, Leonardo da Vinci, Alexander Bell, Nikola Tesla, and I think it was Da Vinci. He kept saying how Da Vinci was like a bussy chaser, and it's just like when you say shit like that, people you lose credibility from like your audience. Like some people don't care; they just want you to defend them, whatever you say. But people people really take you serious. Like I take them serious, but not like that now. But I'm watching this interview with him going back and forth with this white dude. I may leave the link in the description box. And this is proving my point again. I don't know how long we can use this whole white supremacy nonsense. As in, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Yeah, there are people that want this country to be dominated by their own race. I get that. All races have that ideology. You ever heard of La Raza? Look up La Raza. But yeah, they were debating, and then he brought up fathers. He kept bringing up black fathers, the lack of fathers in the home, and I will tell you, it is a problem. If you have a community and there's no structure going on, like when I used to read every day before I got into my accident, there is no structure in how I read. I would read pages, one, two, 3 pages, 300 books a day. That's not no structure right there. But I had the ability to read like that. Now that I had that accident though, I need to have a sense of structure. I need to have a certain amount of words, certain amount of pages I do. Things have to be in order. When you have no order, no sense of structure, you have chaos. You can't. It's no sense of function going on. And black neighborhoods are the way they are because there are no fathers in these children's lives, and that's really what it is. You don't need to keep putting money in programs. I'm telling you, if you put fathers in the home, will change. That will change a lot of things, man. Because I was a pretty normal kid before I lost my family structure. You know, I wanted to be just like my dad. I wanted to be practically my father. I wanted to get married one day, and I wanted to, have kids. But when that happened, everything just fell apart. But as an adult, man, I have to move on from those things. I can't have my life centered around another person. I gotta move on, and that goes with white supremacy. It's gonna come a time, and the time has already begun, where people just don't care. They don't want to hear that excuse of white supremacy, racism. It's gonna get so old where you're gonna have other people leapfrogging you. Like I said, it already has begun. Look at Chicago. They don't give a damn anymore. If they really did, you think they would let all these migrants in here? And I don't care at this point. Let them come in, bring as many as you want. But it's just like it's getting so old, man. Like 50 years from now, you think that's gonna really fly with people? But yeah, I just watched that interview, and if he did believe the things he said, I always wonder, why don't these activists live in these neighborhoods that they defend so much? Why doesn't Roland Martin and Benjamin Crump and all these activists, advocates for black people, why don't they live in the hood? Why doesn't Louis Farrakhan live in the ghetto? Why doesn't Black Lives Matters, the three females who founded that fucking scam, why don't they live in the black community? Why do they live in why do they put all that money into a white neighborhood? A white house, buy a house in a white neighborhood. I knew from day one it was a fucking scam. They showed you the worst. They march for the worst people ever. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, but I do have morals. There's things I stand for. If I were to die from the hands of police today, God forbid, I won't be very happy at what I've accomplished with my life. But give me 10 years, I'll make a whole transition. But I don't think I'm the worst person in the world. I've done some good. I'm not Mother Teresa, but I've done some good. But they find the worst people to protest for. Okay, yeah, they died unjustly. Can you find somebody though that has a little more moral character? I'm gonna say this again. Why are we protesting for and this is what I'm saying when I say this. It's not that their past matters, because I have a past myself. It's more of, if they were doing these things when they died, does it have anything to do with their death? Like Freddie Gray, for example. I don't give a fuck that he had a criminal record. But was his crime related to him dying? Yes. He had dope on him when the police were chasing him. Or Michael Brown. Michael Brown was stealing from that store when Darren Wilson shot him. Or George Floyd. George Floyd had drugs. I don't care about the crimes that he committed 20 fucking years ago. I don't care about that shit. It's irrelevant. But what he did led up to him dying. That's why I feel like it's not. We should not. We should not march for people who are contributing to the crime in the black community. Just find some people that have a little more, that just better people, man. Like they just find the worst people to march for, man.